Hey there, this is Dr. Ankur Prakash from Living Well Balanced. We're here in our Raleigh Integrated Medical Office, and this video today is going to be talking about our new state-of-the-art technology, the PiezoWave Myofascial Acoustic Compression Therapy machine. I'm going to do a lot of series of different videos about different protocols and how we use it, but today's video is going to be just on the overarching concepts of why we purchased this technology, who can benefit from it, how does it work with all the other treatments in our office, and just kind of like, hey, what do you expect with this session? To learn more about chiropractic care, the benefits of medical massage therapy and the IVs and everything natural that we do in our office, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and definitely click the bell. That way you'll be notified when we get our new video out. It's heavy on the words. This is called the PiezoWave technology. It's been around for decades in parts of Europe and Asia. The United States brought it in just shy of 10 years ago. This is an FDA Class 1 medical device, which means it's been well published, it's been researched. On the surface, PiezoWave has also had other competitors called shockwave therapy, right? So instead of just delivering waves of shock and electrical current, this is actually doing way more than that. So this is known as what's called Myofascial Acoustic Compression Therapy. So just a fancy way of describing waves that come out of our heads and what those waves do, just like in a submarine, right? When it's submerged down deep below the sea, you can't really see anything in front of you, so it sends out those ultrasonic waves. And if there's nothing in front of it, the waves just keep going. If there's something in front of that submarine, those waves hit it and then they bounce right back. This is the same exact technology, similar but different, of course, where these waves are going to go through tissue and find, hey, is this healthy and hydrated tissue or is this diseased tissue? So let's talk about some of the types of conditions that the PiezoWave can help for. Acute conditions such as micro tears, labrum issues. It can help with bursitis, right? So inflammation of the bursa of joints, specifically in the shoulders, the elbows, the hips. It can affect with a lot of pain and inflammatory issues, whether it's a traumatic injury or even chronic issues like repetitive stress issues that we do. So some people who are sports and athletes who have shoulder issues, rotator cuff issues, or they've got long-term hip flexibility. If you've got lots of calcification or arthritis, that's one of the greatest things that this thing helps find. So again, just to summarize, acute and chronic pain conditions, any pockets of inflammation that you've got in your body, any calcification, right? So some of the technology with PiezoWave was designed for lithotripsy and kind of breaking up gallstones and kidney stones. That's not obviously why we're doing it here, but if we've got calcification at where the tendons attach to certain parts of your joints, it helps break that up. If you've got areas of arthritis along your spine, it helps really improve joint mobilization and gets that flexibility going. One of my favorite benefits of this is scar tissue, right? And so whenever you've got an old injury, right, you've got your body does this amazing thing and it just kind of encapsulates the injury with scar tissue. And what happens is that scar tissue initially is designed to protect your body from more injuries in that area, but it's not designed to be there forever and ever and ever. So scar tissue sometimes develops, especially with women post C-sections, or if you've had any surgeries, not just abdominal surgeries, but any surgeries anywhere, you're going to have scar tissue develop. The PiezoWave breaks up that scar tissue. And what I love about their technology, and I think if you go on their website and see their data and their research and some of the videos on the YouTube channel, we get where your hands cannot. That's like their biggest tagline. And you know me, if those of you that have been to our offices in New York and Raleigh, we're heavy in massage, physical therapy, even occupational therapy. We do a lot of deep passive stretching, but this technology gets deeper than any of our fingers and elbows can get, right? It penetrates really in depth. And one of the great things about that is you feel it, right? So what do you expect when you get a PiezoWave session? The research research and all the training that we've gone through, it always says, hey, the patient should experience a toothache or like a deep, kind of like a bone bruise. Now that's not happening, but that's kind of what you feel. And every time you get a session, you're going to feel that because that's the waves, the acoustic waves, finding areas of inflammation or calcification or any type of scar tissue. And when that breaks it up, then you're going to feel those waves start to go further and further, and that's the sign that it's released that area. All right, and so the good thing about this is that people will feel it immediately in one session, but it's never a one and done. Some people need it weekly, some people need it twice a week. Whatever the care plan is for you is going to be very specific to your health history, your past history of wear and tear, and of course what the goals are, what the objectives are, right? If we're reducing pain, you'll feel that pretty instantly. If we're improving strength or flexibility, some people need several sessions, so it really just kind of depends. One of the many other benefits of long-term use of this myofascial acoustic compression therapy is that it helps stimulate regenerative properties. So that is a fancy way of saying, hey, you've got your own stem cells, you've got your own healing factors, growth factors. Doing the PiezoWave over time starts to trigger your body to release stem cells. And that's one of the great benefits, is that if you've got torn tendons or labrums and ligaments, it helps regenerate those. So PiezoWave, you know, we've got, you'll see on our website and all the videos, we've got two different heads. We've got a huge linear head, where we can kind of glide in large areas. That way, if we're doing your back or your glutes or your quads, your hamstrings, anything like that, this can get a lot more surface area. And then what we typically prefer during a session is, once we know where your specific areas of inflammation are and scar tissue, then we use what's called a pinpoint head. And the pinpoint head, oh my goodness, it's amazing. It gets in up to 30 millimeters deep, all right, into the tissue. So two different heads. Treatment time can vary. Again, you should, those of you that know us, we're all about customizing everything. So for some people, it's 8 to 10 minutes. Others, it's 20 to 30. And if we're doing multiple regions, we've got some people doing both hips, both shoulders, neck and back. It can be up to an hour. So one of the great things about the PiezoWave is that when you receive this treatment before physical therapy, before massage therapy, before rehab, before chiropractic care, it accelerates the benefits from those services. Meaning that, just imagine that, hey, if we're trying to adjust your spine and you've got a lot of stiffness and scar tissue, or if we're trying to massage and stretch an area on your elbow and your shoulder, if we do the PiezoWave for 10 to 15 minutes before your therapy is easier to do, and you actually will feel it more profound. You'll feel the impact of the joint opening up more. So we always recommend people to get their PiezoWave session before they get any of the other therapies. And of course, that's the ideal. And if we can't do that, fine, we'll do it on another day or do it right after your therapies. Some of the advantages of getting this PiezoWave therapy, it actually finds the specific cause of where your pain is radiating from. We use a fantastic app that's a part of the technology, and it shows that, hey, even though a patient might be feeling it here, the trigger point is actually back here, or they might be feeling pain here, but the trigger point was found back here. And it's a great thing that PiezoWave can actually diagnose and determine where that is. It improves mobility. Yes, people feel the bone bruise or that deep toothache, but it's completely non-invasive. There's only a small handful of contraindications. It reduces the need for pain medications. And let's face it, who really wants to be stuck on gabapentin? And obviously people have moved on from opioids, or hopefully have, but now we've got a gabapentin, we've got a pentanoid epidemic that's coming up. And so if we're looking for natural solutions and relief, this is going to be huge in preventing or reducing the need for ongoing dependency with medications, whether it's over-the-counter ibuprofen and Advil or prescription gabapentin. So thanks for watching this video. Again, this was just an introductory video on what the PiezoWave myofascial acoustic compression therapy can do. We've incorporated it into our office now as part of one of our healing modalities. A lot of people have been doing it before their therapies, some people afterwards, and then there's some people who come in just for this. All right, so regardless of whatever you've got going on, if you're kind of interested in what PiezoWave could potentially do for you or your loved one or a coworker, please either direct message us or reach out through phone call, email, however you can find us. We'd love to get you set up for an introductory session. We always tell people block off like 30 minutes just so that we can dive in what particular area you want this to be done on and how it could potentially help you. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you got a gem or two out of it, please make sure to like it and share it across your social media. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please make sure you do that, and definitely hit the bell so that way you get alerted every time we get a new video release. Speaking of videos, we got 2 great videos right here.